So when you focus on eating only healthy animal fat and animal protein, those tweak your satiety hormones the most. And so when you've eaten enough meat and eggs, your satiety hormones are maxed out.
Yes.
You are thoroughly full, sometimes uncomfortably full.
Yeah.
But that's okay, isn't it? Because after your challenge, even though you ate till you were comfortably stuffed,
Amazing.
the bathroom scale wasn't mad at you.
Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel, and I am one half of Two Crazy Ketos, and today I'm here with maybe my favorite person in the world right next to Joe, and that is Dr. Ken Berry.
Can I be an honorary average Joe?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. We're so thankful for you, Dr. Berry. You've blessed our lives in so many ways. It was last year here it was then the Keto Omaha Summit. Now it's the Hard to Kill Summit. But it was here that we started having conversations about triple B and E, and the thought of this great kind of like elimination diet, really. I mean, just kind of like a process of eliminating some of the other things, the sweetener in my coffee, you know, a lot of the cheeses, to just kind of see if there was any sensitivities that I was holding. And what happened was I actually got in touch with what full felt like, and I didn't know how much I needed that for my mental health. Why does eliminating all of these other things really help to bring that clarity?
So when you focus on eating only healthy animal fat and animal protein, those tweak your satiety hormones the most. And so when you've eaten enough meat and eggs, your satiety hormones are maxed out.
Yes.
You are thoroughly full, sometimes uncomfortably full.
Yeah.
But that's okay, isn't it? Because after your challenge, even though you ate till you were comfortably stuffed,
Amazing.
the bathroom scale wasn't mad at you.
No, and total body recomposition. And we learned to appreciate in a way that we never had since we started keto, the power of lab work.
Yes.
The power of being able to go and get our blood drawn and have hope that we were going to see a positive change in those numbers.
Yes. And that's one of the ways you can verify that this is a proper human diet, is if all your lab numbers are going in the right direction, then you have discovered the proper human diet for yourself at that moment in time.
Yes. And, you know, it's so easy to just eat real food, but it was a hard concept for me to get a hold of. I was so experienced in taking a pill and drinking a shake.
Yeah, measuring a portion. Counting a calorie.
It was weird to see an actual like porcelain plate and not a plastic saran wrapped thing of food. I mean, why is it so easy?
Yeah, we've been trained since we were little by our parents and people we look up to that you need to do all those things. Those things are necessary. Those things are mandatory. When in fact, the only mandatory thing is that you eat real human food and eat until you're comfortably stuffed. And I think that's the beauty of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, is it eliminates all the BS.
Yeah.
And you're just left with food. And if you're not hungry, you look at that plate of meat and go, I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
And you walk away and you go have fun. You go live your life. You go outside and play. But if you are truly hungry, then you smash that plate of meat until you can't eat another bite. And I think so many people make food so complicated.
Yes, we do.
And it's not complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated, but sometimes it takes quite a bit of unlearning.
Yeah.
Which is what you did in those 90 days. You unlearned all the foolishness you were taught or you picked up along the way accidentally, and you're left with, I am a human. I should eat a proper human diet. That's what this is. Eat it till I'm full. Go outside and play with my average Joe.
Yes.
Or play inside.
Yes.
Either way.
Now, what was interesting about this, as opposed to other challenges that we have done, is when it was time like, okay, the triple B and E is over and now it's back and I can have broccoli again and I can have cheese again. I had a different feeling because now I really had learned how do I feel after I eat broccoli. And now I thought, Well, gosh, I'm not as so interested as it reincorporating that cheddar covered broccoli because I have, you know, some inflammation or distending of my gut and it doesn't feel as comfortable. Maybe I have something that I want to do tomorrow and I don't want to feel distended with some Brussels sprouts or something.
Right.
Nothing wrong with them.
That's right.
But I find myself eating differently even post that
Yes.
challenge. Are you finding that that's the case for other people?
That was kind of the intent of the challenge, was to give you that opportunity. And so what you're able to do now, Rachel, is make an informed decision about what you're about to eat, because before you were still a little inflamed, you still
right.
didn't have that true feedback
Mhm.
from your body. But after 90 days of triple B and E, you now can make informed choices. You know
Yes.
exactly what that broccoli is going to do or ain't going to do. You just
Yeah.
know. And the same goes for any of the other foods you reintroduce. You know, oh, that doesn't bother me at all, or
Right.
I better not eat that before I want to get in that dress because, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
It truly is sensitive. So you are a part of our everyday lives. We watch your live streams, we watch your videos, but here you are at a conference. What do you see is the value of coming to these in-person conferences?
Well, I think you, first of all, get to realize that these people are just people. They're just dudes and chicks, and they're just doing what they think is best and recommending what they think is best. What
Right.
worked for me? I used to be a fat pre-diabetic.
Yeah.
I used to be miserable and pissed off all the time,
Same.
all the time, all the time. And so now I'm laid back. I have fun. I enjoy life. This morning, a guy cut me off in traffic, and I didn't get furious.
Yeah.
It literally, my heart rate didn't even move.
Right.
It's like, whatever, dude. He's probably from out of town. Who cares?
Yeah.
Right? Because there are more important things in life, like family and living your life and achieving your goals. And if you're inflamed and miserable and overweight and pre-diabetic and you've got all these other things on your plate to worry about, you can't just live a fun, authentic life full of love and happiness.
Yeah. Now you are a young father right
Yes,
now.
that's right.
How do you feel like your own way of eating is helping to propel your goals to be the father that you want to be?
Well, first and foremost, I'm leading by example.
Mm,
My son Beckett and now our daughter Bonnie Blue,
yes.
they see every day how I eat. They also see how that affects me. They see me out in the pasture working. They see Nisha being happy instead of anxious. They grow up in an environment
Yeah.
that's conducive to love and learning and looking out on life as an adventure, not as something to be afraid of or something to avoid or something to some other negative adjective,
Yeah.
right? And so I think that it builds on itself exponentially. When you fix your diet, you're gonna fix your health. And when you fix your health, I'm talking about not only physical health, but mental health as well.
Absolutely.
And so many people suffer silently with mental health issues that maybe have never even been diagnosed. They think that's just who I am.
Yeah.
I'm just an anxious person. I'm just a mad person.
That's right.
And many, many times that's coming from the inflammatory crap in your diet.
Yes.
And when you eliminate that, you find out, hey, I wasn't that person after all.
Right. I mean, and it's amazing to think that you could live differently. I mean, that's definitely been the case for me. I thought that I was always going to live it was like a tangled up Christmas light ball. And I thought there's no way that I'm ever going to be able to untangle it. But truly, the nutrition has spoken into
Yes.
so many
Yes.
things in my life. And I'm so thankful that, you know, you're going to actually be opening up your hometown for us to be able to participate in the Proper Human Diet Summit that's
Yes.
happening this year. Now, why are you doing this?
For the same reason, just so people can come meet you guys. Maybe if you want to meet me,
Absolutely.
and we get to have just an authentic conversation. This is what worked for me. This is what the research actually says. Maybe you should try this too. And I think that for many people, watching a YouTube video is helpful,
Yeah.
but it doesn't really close the deal. Like shaking hands with somebody, looking them in the eye, getting an ussy.
Yes, an
Right.
ussy. Not. Yeah, you always.
Smile, Rachel.
It's an ussy. Yes,
Yeah.
it's not a selfie. It's an ussy.
That's right. And I think that carries weight. I mean, you know yourself, people that you've been around in person all your life,
Right.
they mean more to you.
Yes, they do.
And so meeting people in person, I think, is important to kind of get the measure of that person and to be able to know, is this guy full of crap or is he
Right.
really authentic about this?
Yeah.
And then also we're going to sit down and have a big meal together, so you'll get to actually see me smash the plate of meat.
Yes, and he can put it away. I mean, I think me and him could go toe to toe as far as the, meat consumption.
Yes.
Now, if they're packing for their PhD summit, what should you be packing mentally in preparation for coming to either the PhD summit or any conference?
Bring an open mind. Be prepared to change your mind.
Yes.
And you may not change your mind, but you need to be prepared for that, because none of us, including Rachel, know it all.
No, we don't.
We learn new things every day.
Yes.
And I'm constantly researching and reading and trying to learn something new every day. All of us should be that way. We should all be curious. We should all be also not gullible.
Right.
Right? And never blindly believe what anyone says. You should measure them and look at them and say, is this guy walking the walk?
Yes.
Is this really working for him? How does he look now compared to 3 years ago? And quickly you'll get your answer. And if you use that measure on your doctor, don't be too harsh in your criticism.
Yeah. And how can you begin to maybe have a discussion with your doctor if you're thinking about, starting a ketogenic way of living, and you want to shop it by your doctor, because that's not a bad thing to do if you want to talk to your doctor about it. What's that first appointment? What should they bring to that?
Just say, I've been eating crap for decades, and I'd really like to clean up my diet. I want to get your recommendations, and then let them give you their recommendations. And then you're going to say, well, what research is that based on? So if they tell you the ADA diet, AHA diet, say, what research is that? And most of the time it's either none or 1 or 2 very small studies. And then say, did you know, doctor, there's over 75 studies showing that a low carbohydrate diet does all of these things?
That's right.
Actually, I printed you out a list. Here you go. You might want to look into this, and that might change the recommendations you give for all your other patients, because you surely want to recommend an evidence-based diet, don't you, doctor?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
You do, don't you?
Thank you so much. I have to say, Dr. Berry is probably the most approachable person that you're ever going to meet at a conference. So if you are at a conference where you see Dr. Berry, please don't be hesitant to come up and get an Ussie and talk to him about things. He wants me. That's why he's here. He got on a plane and left that beautiful family so that he could meet you. So thank you, Dr. Berry, so much for being here. If you like videos like these, take a look at some other videos we have over here, or take a look at our most recent video, which we have over, right over here. But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time we get to talk to Dr. Berry, you'll be alerted to it. And until next time, bye.